Welcome to Portsmouth Now. I'm your host, Rob Lauer. On February 2nd, Groundhog Phil saw his shadow in the small town of Punxsutawney, Pennsylvania. The appearance of Phil's shadow means that winter will extend well into March. Well, this winter's already been a roller coaster ride of extreme temperatures. But here in Portsmouth, throughout the month of March, there are lots of special events taking place, most of them inside, events for kids, teens, and adults of all ages. On today's show, we'll take a look at a few of them. So grab a mug of your favorite hot beverage, sit back, and join me right now for this, the last winter of 2014 episode of Portsmouth Now. Welcome to Portsmouth Now. Are your kids about to climb the walls because they've been holed up inside too long due to the extreme winter weather? Well, let them climb some trees instead. There's a new interactive display at the Children's Museum of Virginia that's on display now through May 17th. It's called Tree Houses. Look who's living in the trees. I dropped into the Children's Museum recently to learn more about this fun-filled traveling display from Museum Exhibit Supervisor Tim Mikowski. Well, Tim, thanks for joining us here in this tree house. Now, this exhibit is called Tree Houses. Look who's living in the trees.
Correct.
Who's living in the trees, Tim?
Well, you can come to the museum here and find out. The exhibit sort of focuses on what you will find in a tree, what type of animals may live in a tree, what goes on in a tree.
So like eating and storing their food and...
Correct. Well, mainly living and what different foods can come out of a tree. In your own house, what type of products that come from trees are actually in your house? And do you live in a tree house, Rob? Is sort of what we're asking.
I had a tree house as a kid, did you?
Yeah, I did actually.
Yeah.
Fun.
So is this bringing back old memories?
A little bit. Mine was a little bit smaller than this, but you get the idea. Yes.
So now, this exhibit didn't originate here at the Children's Museum?
No, this is a rental exhibit on loan from the Science Center out of Ithaca, New York. So this is one of our traveling exhibits that we get, and probably about twice a year we get traveling exhibits into the museum, and this is one of them for 2014.
And this is going to be on display until May sometime?
Yes, through May 17th it will be on display. So that's our time frame.
So people just come in, buy a ticket for the day, or
yep, it's all included with admission. Come on in and take a tour around the trees.
So what types of things? Okay, we talk about things living in trees, and we got
we have
animals.
We have some animals on display. Some things that you might not think live in a tree. Like we have a pine marten up there and a wood duck. Woodpecker is kind of obvious, and flying squirrel. We also have a couple interactives. You can come in. There's a Lazy Susan type thing where you can look into it and see what has moved into a tree. What if something moves out, what moves in, that type of thing. And there's some interactives we have. It's called the Dance Floor Interactive, where you can wave your arms and step and different animal noises happen. So it's kind of interesting.
And it's neat because I'm sure the audience can't see, but there are little, on the rails here we have like footprints of little paw prints of things that would live in a tree.
Correct. There's different scratch signs and paw prints of what comes and lives up in a tree. And we've added on the floor, sort of in-house, we've added some footprints where people can come in, trace the footprints, and at the end of the trail they can try and guess what the animal is.
Okay. Well, that's here until May. And
correct.
So if people are really just going nuts with the kids in the house because of the cold weather.
If you're tired and want to get out of the house, come over to the Children's Museum and see what's living in the trees.
All right. Thanks, Tim.
Sound good?
Sounds good. The Children's Museum of Virginia is open Tuesdays through Sundays. For more information on tree houses, look who's living in the trees, call 757-393-5258 or log on to www.childrensmuseumva.com. Now, are you a stay-at-home parent with a toddler or a preschool-age child? Are you looking for a fun weekday activity that you can enjoy with your child while meeting other parents? Then why not check out one of the preschool story times that are held weekly at every branch of the Portsmouth Library? I'm at the Churchland branch of the Portsmouth Libraries, and I'm here with Angela Jones. And what is your official title?
I'm a library assistant too here.
Okay, not a librarian, but a
library assistant too, yes.
Well, thanks for taking time to talk to us. I would say first thing that these chairs are unlike, I grew up in the 70s, and we didn't have things like this in public libraries. So this is just sort of a cool retro element here.
This is one of the best teen spaces I've ever seen in a public library.
It
So,
really is.
yeah.
But this is a beautiful facility. Again, people, if you haven't been to the Churchland branch of the Portsmouth Libraries, come out and just check it out. It's gorgeous. But now you're going to tell us about some events that are going on here at the libraries, at Churchland and other branches as well. This is a crazy time of year with the weather, hot, cold, snow.
So you don't
one
want to be
day,
stuck
70
outdoors.
next week. Yeah, you know, but when you're going to be free to go outside. So say you're a mom or you're a stay-at-home dad and you have toddlers that are just climbing the walls and you need to get them out and you want to be around some other adults. Is story time a good time to
Yes,
do
story
that?
time is perfect for that. We have a story time here at Churchland every single Thursday at 10:30 a.m. And then we do have 3 other branches besides Churchland. And at Manor, they also have them at Thursdays at 10:30. So if you live in a different part of Portsmouth, it's still accessible to you. And then at Maine, they actually have them on Tuesdays at 10:30.
Okay.
Yeah.
And these run for how long? It's like a half hour, an hour?
Yeah, they went for about a half hour, and they usually read about 2 books, and then they sing some silly songs, and they always have really great attendance.
Okay, so
Yeah.
what age group is this geared towards?
Usually it's from birth till about 2.5.
Okay.
Yeah.
So really, if you really are stuck at home with the baby,
With a toddler, this is a great place to come. Yes.
Now, are there other things? I mean, are there teen book clubs? Do you have activities for the whole family? What are some of the other things you have going on here?
Yep, we have great family movie nights. Let's see. Here we have them. I think it's either on a Tuesday or Thursday. Our next one is going to be March 18th at 6 p.m. and it's Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs too. We always have great new movies.
Okay, so these are
Yeah.
things that necessarily haven't been on video for
Yes.
years and years.
Yeah. And they have them at Maine too, it looks like, at March 8th at 1 o'clock.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are those free?
Yep, everything is always free. Sometimes they require registration, but if you call ahead, they'll have the information for you.
Okay. Are the movie nights, are they pretty popular? Do you feel?
Yes, they're pretty popular. We always have great attendance, and there's free popcorn too.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
easy to come, even if you don't like the movie.
Yeah.
So what about teen activities? Are there teen book clubs or teen clubs or things like that?
We'd have teen book clubs. It looks like at Manor Branch every last Tuesday of the month. They are suspended usually during the summer, but they should be going for a couple more months though. And
Okay,
that's
so during the
13.
school year.
Yes.
Okay, and the Manor branch, that's right, that's inside Wilson High School?
Yep, it's connected right next to it.
Okay,
Yeah.
great.
And then here at the Churchland branch, we have our monthly video game program,
Okay,
which
what's
is I actually started it. It's my little brainchild. It's so much fun. The kids are great. It's every last Saturday of the month from 1 to 4 o'clock.
Okay.
And we have games for Xbox, Wii, and I'm hoping this month to add another TV to it too, so we can have 2 game systems going at the same time.
As someone who's
Yeah.
old enough to be your dad, probably, the idea of video games at the library just sort of blows my mind. But libraries are really changing, aren't they?
Yes, they are. We try our hardest to stay relevant to our community.
Okay.
Definitely.
So what are some other things?
We have a Lego club, actually, which is a blast. It is so much fun. We have it at Maine. The next one is going to be March 22nd from 2 to 4 o'clock.
Okay, so what does Lego Club do?
We just basically, there's a giant tub of Legos and kids can come and make their own creations. And I think they usually take pictures of them and put them up on our website too.
Okay.
Yeah, it's really great. And then kids can bring their own Legos too to share.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, and now we talked about kids and teens, families. What about adults? Are there book clubs or any sort of meetings or activities that are geared just towards maybe adults?
There are adult book clubs. I think that is Churchland Branch, first Monday at 6:30 p.m. And then we have a genealogy group also that meets at the main location. I cannot remember the exact date, but it is on our website, on our main website. And our website's a great resource too.
Okay.
We always have current events that are happening and a lot of great activities for the entire family and for each age group.
Do you know the website's address?
I do,
Okay.
yes. It's portsmouthpubliclibrary.org. Yep, portsmouthpubliclibrary.org.
Okay,
Yeah.
so you got that. So just go to the library's website to find out more about this. Now, the genealogy club, group, what do they do? I mean, genealogy, of course, family trees, but do you have resources here at the library that they
We
use?
do. You can use ancestry.org through the library. Like, we have a membership with them.
Oh, great.
And we do have a couple other resources that you can use too. Through our membership. So it's
right.
free,
Okay.
which is great.
Yeah, that's great because you have to pay online usually to
Yep.
join that. Okay. And how about would-be writers or people who...
We do have a writers group.
Okay.
Yep, and that is at the Churchland Branch Library. So right here, every second and fourth Tuesday at 6 p.m. And usually people bring a sample of their writing. So it's open for critique, and of course you don't have to share if you don't want to. But they always have good discussions.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that a very large group?
It's usually, I think, anywhere between 5 and 10.
Okay.
So it's small.
But that's
Yeah.
still a good size. I mean, if you want to bring stuff and get it critiqued and get some feedback.
Yep.
Okay, cool, great. But
We do actually have a couple like specific March programs too, if
Okay,
you would like to hear
sure,
about those.
yeah.
We have a Read Across America Day that's coming up, and that's March 3rd in honor of Dr. Seuss's birthday.
which is this month.
Yes, coming up soon. And each branch is going to have, of course, his books displayed, and they're either going to have like a hunt or coloring sheets and prizes that they're going to give out.
Great.
Yeah.
All right. And are there other specific March
We have a couple St. Patrick's Day crafts that are coming up here at Churchland. We're going to have them March 12th. And then at our main location, we're going to be having them, March 15th from 10 to 4 o'clock. And then you're actually going to plant a seed in a decorated pot.
Great.
Yeah, and I think all the materials are included, but you probably are going to have to register for it.
All right.
Yeah.
And if they register, they just call the number here?
They can call the number here, and we can give them the number for the main location. I can't remember it off the top of my head, but it is on our website.
Okay.
If
so
you just
again,
Google
check
us,
out
it will,
the
yeah.
website, which is?
PortsmouthPublicLibrary.org.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. Any other March events, or does that?
That wraps up for March, I
Okay,
think.
but you have things
Yeah.
going on here every month of the year, don't you?
Every single month of the year.
Do things change as we go into the summer months?
Yes, we always have a great summer reading program. Oh, actually, we have one more March program that I
Okay.
forgot. We're developing it right now. It's our Teen Tech Week.
Okay.
And I'm working with Code for Hampton Roads, which is a local, like a hacker space and maker space. And they solve problems in the community through new technology.
Okay.
And I'm working with them to come in and do a program during Teen Tech Week, which is March 9th through the 15th, to come in and do a session for like beginners coding and web development.
That's great.
Yeah, so you can check our Facebook. We do have a Facebook too,
Okay.
and our website for updates on that. And we should have a date up there soon.
Well, great.
Yeah, I'm excited.
It's exciting stuff happening here. So thanks for joining us, Angela, and
You're welcome.
appreciate it.
Yeah.
When we return to Portsmouth Now, we'll look at some indoor athletic events coming up this month. So stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Crack yellow. Found their way out of this.
Getting closer to nature can get you closer to your family. Go to discovertheforest.org.
G-Morning, sunshine. Wakey, wakey. Text me. Are your parents home later? We can hang. LUV, love you. JK. Holla back. Holla back. Holla back. Are you with your friends? That's lame. We're in a huge fight right now. XO. What'd you dream about? Something I did. Are you on your way to the mall? I'm lonely. Nude pics. Send me some. Text me.
Welcome back to Portsmouth Now and our look at events coming up in March. I'm joined now by Clifton Jones, who is the athletic supervisor for the Portsmouth Department of Parks and Recreation. Thanks for joining us, Clifton.
Well, thank you. Thank you very much.
Now, I understand that we have some events coming up this month, and one of them is a basketball tournament.
Yes, our citywide basketball tournament, we like to showcase our youth talent throughout the whole city. We like to think of as our March Madness for us, where we have great opportunity to have the kids come out and showcase their talent.
Okay, so now where is this held? Is it several locations or just
Well,
one?
actually, it's this year it's going to be held at Churchland High School.
Okay.
In March the 3rd to the 6th. It's a Monday through Thursday. And we come back on that following Monday, which is the 10th to the 11th, and have big championship nights.
Okay, so it's like a 2-week event. Okay.
It's 6 days, exactly, yes.
Okay, so if who is this open to? Who can play in it? Who can participate?
Well, throughout the city, we have 3 associations. We have Churchland Association, we have Manor Association, and PYB Association. And they have their own league. Once they get finished their league, they pick an all-star team, and then they come together for this March Madness and showcase the talent that they have throughout their league. It's fantastic.
That's great. And so what age kids are these? Or what
Well, the age group, we have 2 age groups from 9 to 12, boys and girls, and 13 to 15 boys and girls. So like I said, each association have an all-star team, and we come together and play each other.
Okay, and this is open to the public? Can the public come and watch?
Yes, it's free to the public, and what we do, we try to have some entertainment there. We have cheerleaders come out. We have live dancing. Girls come out and play the music, and we just try to have that atmosphere that March Madness has. It's fantastic.
So is this in the evenings, is this afternoons?
Well, the time is 5:30. We have a game at 5:30, 6:30, and 7:30. Three games a night, and then we finish up
That
each
sounds
night.
a lot of fun. And now, has this been going on for a number of years?
Actually, yes, it has. It's been going on ever since I've been here, and before then. I've been here for 7 years, and it's been great.
Wow. Now, I know now you're head of athletics for Parks and Recreation, so I guess there are things going on throughout the year with Parks and
Yes, right
Recreation,
now we're also in our middle of our adult league basketball, where we play on Mondays and Thursday nights. It's free to get in. The time is started 7 o'clock. We play 7, 8, and 9 o'clock. So we have a lot of activities, things going out for the citizens of Portsmouth.
Okay, so even with the cold weather out, it's still they can come inside,
They come inside,
get
and
a workout, have a great time.
Have a
fun?
great time.
All
Yes,
right,
it
well,
is.
thanks so much for joining us, Clifton. We look forward to it.
Well, thank you very much for having me.
You're welcome. Do you like big band popular music from the 1940s? How about classic Hollywood comedies? If so, then consider these special events taking place this month. On Sunday afternoon, March 23rd at 2 p.m., Chevra Cinema will present a special screening of Charlie Chaplin's classic 1940 comedy drama, The Great Dictator, at the Jewish Museum and Cultural Center, located at 607 Effingham Street, just 1 block off of High Street in Old Town. When The Great Dictator was originally released in 1940, the United States was still formally at peace with Nazi Germany. Written by, directed by, and starring Charlie Chaplin, The Great Dictator offered a stirring, controversial, mocking condemnation of Hitler, Mussolini, fascism, anti-Semitism, and the Nazis. For more information on the March 23rd screening, call the Jewish Museum and Cultural Center at 757-391-9266. Broadway star Frank D'Ambrosio is best known as the world's longest-running Phantom for his decade-long portrayal of the role in the Broadway musical The Phantom of the Opera. He also co-starred in the film Godfather 3 as the opera-singing son of Al Pacino. He studied under the late great Luciano Pavarotti and was snagged by Barry Manilow to play the male lead in his musical Copacabana. Now Frank D'Ambrosio is taking off his Phantom of the Opera mask to showcase his newest musical offering at Willett Hall. Entitled I'll Be Seeing You's, a Bronx boy's musical perspective of World War II, the concert features American popular songs from 1939 to 1946, as well as colorful stories from D'Ambrosio's Bronx Italian family. I'll Be Seeing You's will be presented by the Portsmouth Community Concerts at Willett Hall on Friday evening, March 28th at 7:30. To buy tickets, call 757-393-5144 or log on to www.willetthall.com. When we return to Portsmouth Now, we'll look at some outdoor special events taking place this month. So, stay tuned.
Did you know kids who play outdoors have healthier lungs?
Totally.
Did you know that boys that play with dolls make better husbands?
My son has lots of dolls. But did you know terry cloth diapers breathe better?
I did.
It's totally true.
Oh, yeah.
Did you guys know statistically friendly kids have more friends?
Yeah.
That's obvious.
Did you know most people think they're using the right car seat for their kid, but they're not?
Parents who really know it all know for sure that their child is in the right seat. Visit safercar.gov/the right seat to make sure your child is protected.
Welcome back to Portsmouth Now. Because of the extreme winter weather we've been experiencing here lately, on this episode of our show we focused so far on indoor activities and events. But regardless of the weather, Hoffler Creek Wildlife Preserve in Churchland always has great outdoor events taking place throughout the year. So let's brave the cold, head out to Hoffler Creek and see what they have on schedule for this month. I'm joined by Helen Coos here at Hoffler Wildlife, and thank you for joining us today.
It's my pleasure.
And we have a lot of predictions of severe winter weather around the area today, but despite the weather, you always have things going on here.
We do, absolutely. Always have things going on. Hoffler Creek is for all seasons. It's not just a summertime activity.
So what do you have going on, say, in March and early April?
Oh, in March and early April, we're really starting to get ready for springtime. Even though it's still quite a chill in the air, we're ready. We're rolling right into it. We're going to start March out with a Dr. Seuss Day, where we're going to do a story and a craft related to Dr. Seuss in honor of his birthday.
Is his birthday
in March? Yes, early March. And so then from there on, we go to our second weekend of March, where we have our early bird walk. We have one of those every second Saturday throughout the whole year. We only stop maybe in the heat of summer when the birds aren't even moving.
So what is the early bird walk?
It starts at 8 o'clock in the morning, and we have a volunteer who is an avid birder who comes in and just takes people around the preserve from about 8 until 10:30 before we actually open the preserve, and he just helps them see birds. I mean, they listen for calls and they look for bird activity and actually see quite a bit.
Wow.
They can see quite a bit.
So are those popular?
They are popular. The people who are really hardcore into birding, the weather doesn't affect them quite as much.
Right.
But and rainy days are not good bird days because the birds don't even want to come out when it's raining. But most of the time we have really, really good turnouts for those. Nice. Not too many people. Too many people scare the birds, but we have nice little groups of about 10 people, and it's a great number of people to walk through the woods and enjoy the trails with.
Okay, that's open to everybody then.
It is open to everybody.
All right.
It is.
So what else do you have going on?
What else we have going on? We have so much going on.
You have a list
I
here.
actually have a list. At mid-March, March 15th, we have a program that we've had regularly here at Hoffler Creek, which is our raptor rehab program. And we have Pearl and Jimmy Beamer come in. They're local wildlife rehabilitators, and they focus on raptors, the hawks and eagles and all of those birds. And they actually bring red-tailed hawks in.
Wow.
They educate us about raptors and how they eat and what their needs are, and how stressful it is living with humans. It can be very stressful for animals to live with humans. And they're wonderful. They're a wonderful asset to the community and so knowledgeable. And they bring beautiful red-tailed hawks in, and you can have your photo taken with them. And
the hawks don't mind?
They don't mind. They really don't. The hawks that they bring out are hawks that are no longer releasable. They weren't able to be re-released, so they act as good stewards and representatives for their wild cousins, so people can understand about those species and how they work, basically. And they're beautiful. Just such beautiful birds.
Okay, that's on the 15th?
That's on the 15th at 10 o'clock. And then on March 22nd, we have quite a treat. Our programs director here at Hoffler Creek, Kirsten Halverson, is actually a yoga instructor, as well as being she's a woman of many talents. And so she's going to do a spring mindfulness walk here at Hoffler Creek, where she will walk. She did one at Thanksgiving, and it was very well received. They're going to walk through, and they're going to observe some of the natural changes that are occurring here at Hoffler Creek, and she'll put some yoga stretches and some breathing activities.
So just helping people to decompress.
Yes, help people decompress and reconnect with their environment, and kind of stretch into nature as nature's starting to wake up in the springtime. So it'll be a fabulous, fabulous opportunity. And then closer to the end of March, we have something really exciting going on. We're partnering with the Muse, which is the Writing Center, and they are going to be offering a 6-week class here on nature writing. It's called Writing the Wild. And that is a class that you can actually sign up for through the Muse. And it is a 6-week course that's going to meet every other Saturday through April.
Will they be outside writing?
They will be outside writing. They'll be walking and they'll be observing. They'll be writing and they'll get feedback from their classmates and that sort of thing. So that's really exciting. We had a smaller class earlier this past year, excuse me, and it went really well. And people were really excited about it. So the Muse has grabbed a hold of this and really has decided that they really like Hoffler Creek and want to keep coming back.
Well,
so we're
good.
excited about that. And then also at the end of March, we're going to have a stargazing going on. We'll have some volunteers coming out that are going to be looking at everything that's above us. We have this nice wide open space
really is.
Here on the lake that you can really see the sky. So we're looking forward to doing that. We haven't really done that before, so we're excited about that. And then we roll into April and things they don't slow down a bit. We have a group coming in that is doing a drumming circle for us. It is a therapeutic drumming circle, and so it's a little different than just having people sit around with drums. She actually does activities with you and helps relieve some stress, and so that's going to be very exciting. That's going to be on April 5th.
Wow.
And then we roll into the second Saturday again, where we always have our volunteer work day. We always have our early bird walk. And then it just keeps going.
Wow,
it just keeps going. It does.
Well, people don't think of coming out, well, I guess a lot of people don't, when it's cold like this or in the winter. But as someone who is here all year round, I mean, what are your feelings about winter? I know a lot of people are just totally stressed out because of all the snow. They want it to stay 70 degrees all year round.
I know, but we're not in Florida.
No,
we don't live in Florida. So, no, but I think Tidewater is great during the winter. I think we have a lot of opportunities here. Nature in Tidewater, first of all, we really don't often get snow. So for me, snow is a real treat.
Me too.
It's a real treat. And here at Hoffler Creek, when you come in after a snow, there's footprints from all of the wildlife everywhere. There's fox tracks and deer tracks and raccoon tracks and rabbit tracks, and it's a lot of fun just looking at the tracks and trying to figure out what animals made them.
And how close they are and everything.
And how close
they really are here.
I know, the first day I came in after the snow, I thought, they had a party and they didn't invite me. It was beautiful out here though. And you know, nature doesn't stop for snow. They don't stop for ice.
No.
Everything just keeps happening. And the woods here are beautiful in the wintertime, even when it isn't snowed in. Because a lot of the shrubbery has died back and a lot of the leaves have fallen, you can really see the depth of the forest, and really the landscape really changes, and it's very, very beautiful out here. Yeah. Very beautiful.
So do you see any signs yet of spring coming?
We're starting to see little bits of things happening. We're starting to see some nest building going on with some of the birds that are native to our area. At our last early bird walk, the guide that takes people around actually said he saw a pair of pileated woodpeckers starting a nest over on our riparian trail. So those woodpeckers, if they're the same ones we had last spring, really they've really done a good job. They raised three babies last spring, and we all got to see those because they were so close to the office. So we hope that they have another successful nesting year.
Yeah. Well, I hope that Hoffler Creek has another successful year attracting people, because I don't know how many people are really aware of what this place is and how close it is to everything.
It is
I mean,
close.
it's just stuck right back here in Churchland, and it's gorgeous. Thanks for joining us, though, and telling us what's going on here.
Sure, Rob. Thanks. I appreciate you guys coming out today.
Oh, you're welcome.
That's it for our show today. Just because it's cold or snowy outside doesn't mean you have to stay stuck inside. There are always events taking place throughout Portsmouth. To find out more about any of them, all you have to do is log on to www.portsvaevents.com and then come to Portsmouth, where if you give us a day, we'll give you a vacation. I'm Rob Lauer. Join me next time for another episode of Portsmouth Now.